Good morning and welcome to AGORACOM Small Cap Stock News. It's Tuesday, February the 11th, 2014. I've done my morning homework. I've gone through a bunch of press releases and found a bunch that I've gotten about 9 companies today to talk about. They all had some very good news. I'm Alan Barry Labucan. I'm the Chief Market Commentator for AGORACOM. As I said, we've got about 9 companies. I try to keep the show to around a 10-minute time frame. Might be running a little bit longer today, but that's only because there's lots of good news out there. So we'll get right to it. The first company I wanted to talk about today was Darwin Resources. They released drill results from their La Libertad project in Peru. Had some good numbers in there. They had a 15.6 meter intersection of 1 gram per ton gold, including 3.7 meters of 3.2 grams per ton gold. They had a 7.5 meter intersection of 2.3 grams per ton gold, fairly close to surface. So some good numbers in there that I find interesting. I'm just going to pull up their stock chart here. Having some problems with my mouse at the moment. Sorry about that. So the stock today is down 9 cents, which is 52% drop on over 1 million shares of trading. They're trading at 8 cents right now. Just looking at the stock chart, and I did look at this earlier this morning before getting ready to do the show, and I did notice that this was a patchy trader that recently had a pretty good spike in the stock price and has now sort of come back to reality there. I am interested in the drill results, but the stock chart doesn't give me a lot of confidence that it's going up anytime soon. So we'll have to keep an eye on Darwin. Their stock symbol is DAR, and they trade on the Venture Exchange. Next up is Generate Media. Generate Media announced that they've brought a new person, Jennifer Mylone, I hope I pronounced that properly, on as their managing director of visual effects for the company. She comes from 20th Century Fox, where she worked for a decade. She oversaw major films such as Life of Pi, Chronicle, The Night at the Museum franchise, and Titanic 3D. So this little company from Vancouver is able to attract some pretty good people on there. I find that very interesting. Just looking at the stock right now, and it's up 14 cents today on 79,000 shares of trading. So the market really liked what they saw with this new person coming on board. Just looking at the stock chart, and it had a very good run from October until early January. It moved from around 20 cents to $1.74. Has given back some of those gains, but it does look like it's now getting towards support. It's still trading above its 100-day moving average, but slightly below its 50-day and a fair bit below its 20-day. So I'd like to see those moving averages sort of converge. And then I think it can be heading upwards again. So we'll keep an eye on that one. GNR is their stock symbol, and they trade on the Canadian Stock Exchange, or Securities Exchange, sorry. The next company up is Madalena Energy. Madalena Energy announced that they closed their $23 million bought deal financing. It's very good news when I see companies getting that kind of a bought deal commitment for funding. Didn't really do much to the stock today. The stock is at 60 cents, flat on the day on 864,000 shares of trading. Just putting up their stock chart now. Madalena Energy, I like this chart a lot. I've talked about this company before. I think I could feature it at the end of this week's show. I like what I'm seeing. They had a good run from the July lows, trading at around 32 cents back in July. Traded all the way up to 83 cents in January, in a very nice trend. Has given back some of those gains. Now trading right at the 100-day moving average. I think that the selling pressure is drying up, and I think it's got a good chance of bouncing off this 100-day moving average. The stock symbol is MVN, and they trade on the Venture Exchange. Next up is Artec Exploration. Artec Exploration announced that they've their 2014 capital program. They currently have 4,800 barrels of oil equivalent production per day, and they're planning on drilling 14 to 15 new wells. Their capital expenditure budget is between 61 to 66 million. So they're planning a very significant program. Artec only has 66 million shares out. I like what I'm seeing there. They're down 17 cents today to $3.51 on 228,000 shares of trading. Just pulling up their stock chart, and they've been a pretty volatile sort of stock. But the general trend since back in April of 2013 has been bullish. The trend has been significantly more bullish starting in November. I'm really liking what I'm seeing there. This recent dip, I think, is a little bit overdone, and they could be hitting support here. I can see myself talking about this one on the end of the week show as a pick. RTK is their stock symbol. They trade on the Toronto Exchange. Next up is Timmins Gold. Timmins Gold announced that they've completed their and closed their $28.38 million bought deal financing. Very good news for that company. Just looking at the stock right now, it is up 4 cents to $1.57. On 1.1 million shares trading. Just pulling up the stock chart now, and it's been much improved since the December lows, and it's in a sort of classic bullish trend now. I'm liking a lot of what I'm seeing with the trend on Timmins Gold. I could see myself talking about the company on the end of the week show. TMM is their stock symbol, and they trade on Toronto. Next up is Richmont Mines, or Richmont Mines. They had their forecast. They put out a corporate mineral reserve and resource estimate and their non-cash write-downs. They had some good increases in their proven and probable. And you can find that on the company's website with today's press release. Stock is up 6 cents today to $1.88 on 27,000 shares trading. Just looking at their one-year chart. And this one's really got off to a great start in January. It began the year trading around $1.05. And is now up to $1.85 on a very classically sort of bullish trend here. Higher highs, higher lows, and a very narrow trading range. Those tend to be the kind of trends that can continue for quite some time, all trading above the 20, 50, and 100-day moving averages. I'm liking what I'm seeing in the stock chart. And from the news, RIC is their stock symbol. They trade on Toronto. Next up is Scorpio Gold. Scorpio Gold had drill results out from their Mineral Ridge project in Nevada, and they had 3.10 grams per ton gold over 9.14 meters at their Mary LC zone. So they had some very good intersections in there. You can find a table with the various different holes, but they've hit 3.1 meters over 9, or 3.1 grams over 9 meters of gold, 2.86 grams per ton gold over 6 meters, and there's more like that in the drilling. Just looking at the stock chart right now, stock's up a penny today to 30 cents on 74,000 shares trading. The stock chart, they got off to a much better trend starting in late November, early December, and then sort of went sideways for most of January, for all of January and February, practically. Now I want to see confirmation that they're in a ready to rally from that. So we'll have to keep an eye on that trend for the company. SGN is their stock symbol, and they trade on the Venture Exchange. Next up is Integra Gold. Integra Gold had some very good drill results out. For example, they hit 95.86 grams per ton gold over 2 meters and 11.24 grams per ton gold over 9 meters, and that confirms the continuity grade vein number 7 at the parallel zone on their project in Val-d'Or, Quebec. So very good results there. Just pulling up the stock chart now. The stock's up 10 cents today. That's a 41.7% move. They're trading at 34 cents on just a little over 1 million shares traded so far. This is a spike move. I gotta wait to see the spike settle down, but very good results there. The stock symbol's ICG, and they trade on the Venture Exchange. And the final news today is from Rubicon Minerals. This company actually had 2 news releases out today. One of those news releases was that they've entered into a $75 million US dollar gold stream agreement to finance the project construction. And that was the second press release that they had out, which was that they have achieved a construction milestone. They've now got their total shaft depth is now 730 meters. This is a very significant development for the company. Sinking that shaft will open the discovery up quite significantly for them. Yes, it's expensive, but once it's done, this will help the company move the project forward very significantly. I'm a big fan of Rubicon's project in Red Lake, Ontario. The market liked the news. They're up 13 cents, which is an 8.1% move today, to $1.73 on 1.5 million shares traded hands. The stock has been performing much better since December lows. December it was at 75 cents. Has since then traded as high as about $1.75, and then today made that pretty good move. It's now trading above the 20, 50, and 100-day moving averages. I definitely will be talking about this company at the end of the week show. RMX is their stock symbol, and they trade on the Toronto Exchange. So that's all the news for today. As always, before making any investment decisions, it's important for you to speak with your financial advisor and do your homework. Join us Monday through Friday at agoracom.com on the main page, or also on my website for our daily news shows Monday through Thursday, and then at the end of the week show on those 2 locations as well. At the end of the week, we do our wrap-up show with George Cholis and I, and I think you'll enjoy those as well. On that note, you have a great day, and we will talk to you soon.